Hello and welcome to the John W. Brick Foundation's 6th annual Move Your Mental Health event. My name is Marilyn Devonish, the Neuro Success Coach, Rapid Transformation Specialist and Futurist. And today I'm leading you through an internal neurological movement workout session using principles and some processes from Huna, H-U-N-A. And people often think they haven't heard of Huna. They're like, what? However, if I say Ho'oponopono, I'm sorry, I love you, please forgive me, thank you, I call the social media version. Many people have heard of that. And Ho'oponopono is one page in the book of Huna. The book of Huna is on the shelf behind me. The bells and whistles version that I learned when I went out to Hawaii to study Huna, there was a stage and the Avaiku and the energetic connections and the Arca connections and the higher self. It was a full-on production. And there were some aspects of Huna that absolutely blew me away because they were so quick, so easy to use and super powerful. And so we're going to be using a few of those components today, and we're going to need a couple of things, not equipment per se. I guarantee you already have the two key components we're going to be using. One of them is your brain. The other is your mind and your imagination, your creativity. Now, you may not have given these two a workout for a while, but I'm pretty sure for you to be here watching this video, you have them. So that's what we're going to be using. Part of what we're doing is going to center on the breath. So there is something called, in Huna, there is something called ha breathing, H-A breathing. And it's called ha breathing because when you breathe out through the mouth and you make a ha sound. Now, I've got a fancy schmancy camera with noise cancelling built in, which is amazing. I'm so grateful for it. However, it does not pick up the ha sound because it deems it to be interference. So that's where the first part, where your imagination is going to come in, but you're going to hear yourself. So I'm going to tell you what we're going to do, and then we are going to do it. So we are going to do probably half a dozen ha breaths. So we're going to breathe in through the nose. You breathe out through the mouth and you make a ha sound. As I said, you're probably not going to hear this sound, but you're going to get the gist. So in through the nose, out through the mouth, you make a ha sound. And typically speaking, the out breath is double the in breath. So if you breathe in for 2, you can breathe out for 4. If you breathe in for 3, you'll breathe out for 6, etc. Breathe in for 4, breathe out for 8. Look, relax. Just make your out breath slightly longer than your in breath. And if they happen to be the same, it's all well and good. But that's just the basic premise. So you're going to breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. And as you breathe out, you make a ha sound, hence the ha breathing. We're also then going to do a process to give your brain a bit of a workout. So we're going to do a piece of Huna that is called Hakalau. And Hakalau activates left and right brain, and it gets both of them firing off and working together. The reason I've chosen this, just think about it for a moment. If you are not in a good place, and I totally was not in a good place in September 2000, and I was in such a bad place that I contemplated suicide, taking my own life. And one of the things I realized as I look back on those times is, because my mind was not in a good place, my physical body, to get my physical body to get up and move was a Herculean task, and the majority of the time did not happen because I was just too down, too depressed, just not happening. Whereas when your mind, your body, your neurology, when it's all firing off, you actually want to move your physical body. It's almost like it's rude not to. So that's why we're going with the internal components, which then can have the knock-on effect in terms of the physical movement and the motivation, the inspiration to physically move the body. So we're going to do the ha breathing. I'm going to talk you through the Hakalau to activate the left and right brain. And then we are going to use your imagination to fire up another part of the brain called the RAS, the reticular activating system. When you've got all of these components working in your favor, it then moves you into something called the flow state. And the flow state is like the domino effect, where things are just easy, effortless, and they just happen. and you feel good about it. So here we go. So we're going to do about 6 of these. Now you are going to breathe at your own pace. Don't go at the same rate and pace as me. So you're going to breathe in through the nose. We're going to breathe out through the mouth. You're going to make a ha sound. Now you can do this eyes open, eyes closed. You can do it sitting down. You can do it lying down. You can even do it standing up. So I'm very, very quickly going to show you what it would look like if you were standing up. So the way it would go, move that chair back a little bit. When you breathe in, you pull towards you. When you breathe out, you push away. So breathe in, breathe out. And I've got one leg slightly forward. You know, if you were going to be running a race, that's the sort of stance that you're in, ready, steady, go. So breathe in, breathe out with the mouth open and push away. So if you wanted to do it standing up, that is how you could do it. You could do a version of that while you're sitting, you know, sort of. Or you can just do it sitting down, you can do it lying down. So however active you want to get with this is entirely up to you. Whichever one of those options you choose, they all give you a lovely neurological internal workout, because you're breathing deeply into the lungs. As you breathe in, the lungs expand. As you breathe out, you compress them, bring up all of the old stale air and energy from the bottom of the lungs. So here we go. And you can, as I said, eyes open, eyes closed. I prefer eyes closed. I just like to get into the flow of it. Entirely up to you. Here we go. Final hard breath. And then what I'm going to ask you to do, eyes open or eyes closed again, you are going to imagine, this is the Hakalau piece, you're going to imagine your field and vision and awareness is open up, because you can be in tunnel vision or you can be in expanded awareness in what you call in Huna Hakalau. So just imagine if your field and vision awareness is expanding outwards, so you can see what's on either side of the room without turning your head. See what's in front of you, rolling your awareness out to the front of the space and the place that you're in, and then imagine what's behind you and rolling your awareness out to the back of the place or the space that you're in. And it's as though you've got a 360-degree awareness, like having a halo around your head. So just take a moment, and now you can return to your regular breathing, your nose breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. Imagine this wonderful halo around your head, expanding your field of vision and awareness. And then what I want you to do is imagine, and this is the piece that I started doing in 1975. And I always say, look, I wouldn't have made it this far. I wouldn't have made it to the year 2000 without that thing I started doing as a child. I want you to imagine your favorite song, favorite artist. So immediately I spent a lot of time as a child with Elvis Presley, not physically, I was watching the movies. But imagine your favorite song and imagine yourself listening to it and feeling every single vibe and beat, and you're dancing to it. And then if you feel so inclined, and I strongly suggest you do, go onto YouTube, Spotify, your device of choice, pull that song up And either if you have physical issues, you can do the foot tapping and just, in your seat. If you're really going to go for it, stand up and have a dance break. Having a dance break, just 2 or 3 minutes, that's going to wake up the neurology and seriously set you up for whatever it is you're about to do next. So the hard breathing to give yourself a neurological workout, the Hakalau immediately for the left and right brain integration. It does a whole lot more than that as well. It sets off the parasympathetic nervous system, activates the creativity, critical thinking, decision making, all of those wonderful things. And then have yourself a good old dance break. And I guarantee you will feel amazing once you've done that final component. So I will leave it there. Absolutely fantastic to connect with you all. Let me know how you got on. Let me know the song that you chose as well. I really want to hear it, and I'll probably add it to my playlist as well. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And thank you for your neurological time. Marilyn Devonish, over and out.